Well, hello, Sarah. It is so good to have you on the show again. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Larry. It's good to be here.
Before we get started, I wanted to ask you about your book tour. How is it going? I imagine it must be pretty exhausting.
Thanks for asking, Larry. It's going really well. And yes, it is tiring. But I do get some downtime along the way. Just last week I was able to make a stop in Holliston, Massachusetts and reconnect with an old friend of mine.
That's nice.
Yes, his name is John. He's the assistant principal at the Adams Middle School. It was so good seeing him again. We go back a long way, Larry.
Oh, really? Please go on.
Yes, not many people know this, but we are old tennis buddies. I just couldn't resist the opportunity to play tennis one more time with John. I thrashed him, by the way. Sorry about that, John.
Really? How did he feel about that?
He's such a good guy, he took it like a man. But anyway, that's not the point of my story. Afterwards we caught up over coffee and he was telling me about how he's learning about Google Docs. Evidently it is proving to be a valuable collaboration tool in schools.
Go on.
As you know, Larry, education is a passion of mine, so I had to pick John's brain a bit. What he said made sense. I do think the highly collaborative environment that Google Docs creates will shape the world in years to come.
So tell me more. Talk to me as a parent whose main interest is education.
You see, Larry, our digital native students interact with their environment in fundamentally different ways than any other generation. Outside of school, they are no longer passive recipients of content. Instead, they are able to interact with information through the internet, chat on social networking tools about what they like and dislike. They can find others like themselves to analyze and discuss their favorite shows, actors, musicians, and anything else they enjoy. The world they are growing up in is one where problems will be solved through an online community rather than an individual hammering away by themselves. As they get older, they'll bounce ideas from anywhere in the world in real time. There can be no doubt that this is the way the world is moving with the widespread development of social networking sites such as Twitter, Facebook, and Things. Then there are the collaborative tools such as Google Docs.
That is kind of overwhelming to think about. I can see how it's challenging for teachers and administrators.
Yes, it sure is. So we all have to keep talking about it and keep taking steps to move us all forward in the right direction. I think my friend John has a good approach. He is having conversations face-to-face and online. He is using and modeling the tools. He is reading and of course he is starting his own personal learning network.
Personal learning network. Now you are really making me feel old. I'm sorry to say I think that's all we have time for now. But I would like you to come back and talk some more about this.
Sorry, I'd love that.
Okay, that is a date. Perhaps we'll start with this idea of personal learning networks.
Sounds good. Can I say goodbye to John, just in case he is watching?
Sure. Be my guest.
Bye, John. It was so good to see you again.
Thank you, Sarah. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Until next time, it's Larry King saying good night.